Are you thinking about buying a short-term rental in Arizona? Don't, at least not yet, because most new investors jump into this market with completely the wrong expectations. They hear a podcast, watch a viral YouTube video, see someone on Instagram posting a $6,000 payout screenshot, and they think, boom, I'll buy a place in Scottsdale, toss in some furniture, list it on Airbnb, and sit back while the passive income rolls in. I mean, it sounds awesome in theory, right? But here's the problem. What they don't see is what it really takes to make a short-term rental work in Arizona right now in 2025. With increased competition, tighter city regulations, and much higher guest expectations than we have ever seen before. What ends up happening? These investors rush in, overspend, ignore key restrictions, skip planning, and a few months later, they're stressed out, underbooked, and wondering why they ever even got into this in the first place. This video is going to help you avoid all of that because buying a short-term rental here can absolutely be a smart move, but only if you do it the right way. Let me set the record straight. Everyone loves to talk about cash flow, passive income, financial freedom. And don't get me wrong, I'm all about that too. But here's the truth that no one is telling you. An STR is not passive income unless it's set up to be passive. You can't expect to buy a house, decorate it with a cactus-themed throw pillow and a welcome sign, and think that's enough to make it run itself. That was 2019 Airbnb. This is 2025. The game has changed. If you want this to work, meaning you want your property to actually cash flow and give you freedom instead of another job, you've got to have the right city, the right setup, and the right systems from the very beginning. I'm Stacy Muller. I'm a realtor, short-term rental manager, and founder of Sun to Summit STR Management Services. I've been in real estate for over 20 years and work with buyers, sellers, and investors all over Arizona. I specialize in helping people like you, investors who want to build real cash flow and freedom through short-term rentals without all the stress, trial and error, or late-night guest messages. I've managed properties in Scottsdale, Prescott, Chandler, Gilbert, and other pockets of the Southeast Valley. Some of them perform incredibly well. Others, honestly, not so much. I've seen deals fall flat, and I've helped rescue underperforming listings that were never set up for success in the first place. So, if you're watching this and you're thinking about buying a short-term rental in Arizona, let me walk you through the 3 biggest mistakes I see investors make so you can sidestep them completely. Mistake number 1, not all cities in Arizona are STR-friendly. This one gets missed a lot, and it can cost you tens of thousands of dollars if you are not careful. Not every city in Arizona allows short-term rentals, and even if they do, the rules can vary widely depending on the neighborhood, the HOA, or even the zoning overlay. Let me give you a few examples. Scottsdale requires all STR operators to register their property with the city and apply for an annual license. They also have nuances, rules, and fines for issues like noise or party complaints, and they are enforced more than ever. Phoenix technically allows STRs, but many homes are located within HOAs that completely prohibit them. Others are in historic zones that may have weird restrictions you never even think about. Prescott? A lot of investors overlook it, but it is a hidden gem, especially for cooler weather, festivals, and weekend getaways. But even there, some neighborhoods are starting to push back. Certain subdivisions are now requiring longer minimum stays or won't allow STRs at all. I've personally seen clients fall in love with the house, buy it in cash, get all excited to launch, and then call me in a panic because they just learned they can't legally rent it for less than 30 days. So before you ever click schedule showing or call a lender, do your research. Check the city's website. Look up STR ordinances. Call zoning if needed. Ask for the CC&Rs if it's in an HOA. This is not something you want to find out the hard way. Mistake number 2, the setup determines your freedom. Let's say you do buy in a city that allows STRs. You're legal. You've got a beautiful home. You're ready to go. Awesome. Now the real work begins, because if you don't set up your property up with the right tools and automations from day one, it's not going to feel like passive income. It's going to feel like a second job. This is where a lot of first-time STR investors get stuck. They underestimate how much back-end organization it takes to run a smooth, guest-ready operation. Let me walk you through the basics of a freedom-friendly setup. First up, your lock. You need a smart lock that supports remote code generation like a Schlage encode. This lets you generate and change door codes for each guest without physically being there. No hide a key, no asking your neighbor to unlock it. Total control from your phone. Second, automated messaging. This is a must. I use OwnerRes, which sends your guests check-in instructions, checkout reminders, and answers FAQs like, what's the Wi-Fi password? All without lifting a finger. Guests feel supported, and you get to stay off your phone. Third, cleaning sync. Tools like Turno or Breezeway help automate your cleaning calendar. Your cleaner gets notified of every checkout, can leave notes, track inventory, and even upload photos. No more group texts or missed turnovers. These 3 tools alone can easily save you 5 to 10 hours a week. More importantly, they protect your guest experience, and that means better reviews, more bookings, and more money. Because here's the deal. Your reviews are everything. A 4.2 star listing versus a 4.9 star listing, that's the difference between simply sitting empty or being booked solid. Mistake 3, you need a plan for profit. Now let's talk numbers, because grossing $50,000 a year sounds great until you realize how much that is going right back out the door. Here's what new investors often forget to budget for. Cleaning fees, platform service fees, Airbnb and VRBO both take a cut. Utilities, internet, restocking supplies, repairs, because trust me, things will break. Dynamic pricing tools, local taxes and licenses, and maybe the biggest one, setup. Furnishing a property with everything from furniture and decor to towels, kitchenware, smart tech, and branding, you're easily looking at $25,000 to $35,000 upfront, possibly more. I always tell clients, know your numbers before you buy. Run projections based on conservative occupancy, not best case scenarios. Factor in seasonality. Arizona's summers are slower in many markets. Use tools like AirDNA or Rabu to check average nightly rates and occupancy by zip code. And don't forget to add in what management will cost, whether you hire it out or pay yourself in time. The investors who win an STR, they plan like it's a business, because it is. Now let's talk about what's possible when you do it right. Picture this, you own a modern 3-bedroom in a strong Scottsdale neighborhood. You spent time up front setting up the systems, the lock, the messaging, the cleaning sink. You launched with a strong listing, great photos, and a solid pricing strategy. You're pulling in $48,000 a year. You haven't personally responded to guest messages in months. Your cleaners are reliable. Your review stays at 4.9 stars. You're getting repeat bookings. When something breaks, you've got vendors on standby, and your systems notify them automatically. You're not hustling. You're running a real operation, one that gives you both freedom and return. That's what I help my clients build. But it starts with the right purchase in the right city with the right systems from day one. And if that's what you want to, here's what I've got for you. I've put together a free checklist. It's an exact launch plan I use with clients to get their STRs live and profitable within 30 days. It walks you through setup, compliance, automation, and systems. Everything you need to go from I think I want to buy an Airbnb to I've got a high-performing short-term rental that runs like a business. Grab the link below, and if you're still trying to figure out where in Arizona to buy, don't miss my previous video, the top 5 Arizona cities to buy an Airbnb in 2025. I'll break down the top performing areas, the data behind each one, and how to get the best bang for your buck in 2025. Click over now, and I'll see you in that one.